Okay, hello, Miss. Good evening. Today I'm talking about article of psychoanalysis. The name of the article is Interpreting and Interpretation of Psychoanalysis. Well, the introduction is the interpretation in a psychoanalysis is a complex art that involves decipher the underlying meanings behind the patient discourse. However, this process it is not straightforward. In this article, we will explore the nature of the interpretation in a psychoanalysis, identifying inherent challenge and highlighting the importance in the therapeutic process. Okay, the problem. Despite its centrality in a theory of practice of psychoanalysis, interpretation remains an area of debate and controversy. How can we discern the latent meanings behind the patient words? What roles we what roles does the analysis and concession and their own interpretation plays in this process? What is the proper balance between the interpretation and impacting? Well, the development on this article is basically now interpretation in a psychoanalysis is a dedicated art that requires sensitive and insighted of the part of the analyst. It is involved more that simple pointing out the high meanings. It also entails understanding the unique um, dynamics between the patients and the analyst, as well that completes of the unconscious minds. However, this task is complicated by the inevitable influence of the analyst's past experience and biases, which can distort the under. Well, in a conclusion, despite this challenge, the interpretation in a psychoanalysis remains an invaluable tool for exploring the patient's mental process and promoting psychological health. By the acknowledge the limitation and complexity of this process, analysts can work to their ability to interpret effectively. Always keep in mind the ultimate goal of helping the patient achieve the greatest self-understanding and insight to their internal conflicts.
Hello, I'm Lauren Pola. Today I'm going to talk about an article titled The Effectiveness of a Training Program Based on Psychoanalytic Theory in Developing Psychological Adjustment Among Students with Motor Disabilities at Albaca Applied University. This title summarizes the main focus of the study to evaluate the effectiveness of a training program based on psychoanalytic theory in improving psychological adjustment in students with motor disability. Who are the authors? The authors of the article are Anan Abu Marayan, Aziz Al-Rahman, Basma Al-Sharif, Ilsa Al-Sira, Nassim Kwandil Mohammed, Hafen Shul, Numan Ad-Nashman, and Salih Hamad. These researchers contribute to design, implementation, and analysis of the study. The main idea of the article is to investigate whether a training program based on a psychoanalytic theory can help improve psychological adjustment in students with motor disabilities at Albaca Applied University. This study focuses on how this approachment can benefit the mental health and well-being of students with psychological disabilities. The introduction of the article is the main objective of the research is to evaluate the effectiveness of a training program based on psychoanalytic theory to improve psychological adjustment in students with motor disabilities at Albaca Applied University. The research questions that get the study are can the training program based on psychoanalytic theory benefit the psychological well-being of the students with motor disabilities? And the second question is, are there significant differences in psychological adjustments between the experimental group that received the program and the control group that didn't receive it? Development. In this article was used a quasi-experimental design with 33 participants, men and women, from various faculties. The training program was based on psychoanalytic theory and was applied to the students in the experimental group. The impact of the program was evaluated through measurements before and after its applications in both groups. The psychological adjustment scale composed for 25 items was used to measure changes. And the conclusion is that the results showed statistically significant improvements in psychological adjustments within the experimental group after the application of the program. Furthermore, significant differences were found between the control group and the experimental group in the post-application evaluation, with higher levels of psychological adjustment in the latter. In summary, the training program based on psychoanalytic theory appears to be beneficial in promoting psychological well-being in students with
Hello,
motor
my name is
disabilities.
Paula Cardona, and I'm going to talk about with the point psychoanalytic theoretical research. The name of this article is a psychoanalytic perspective on psychedelic experience. This is presented by Jeffrey Goss and was published in 2022 through Scopus. The central idea of this article is a psychoanalytic perspective on psychedelic experience. And it's about to explore how the psychoanalytic and the use of psychedelics can complement each other. The article proposed that psychedelics offer a unique opportunity for psychoanalysts to understand psychic function in new and deeper ways. So, introduction in recent decades, interest in psychedelics has significantly increased across various disciplines. This substance affects conscience, perception, and identification, with studies in placing the importance of attention and context of us. The article suggests that psychoanalysis is a suitable environment for working with psychedelics and that both practice can benefit from each other. In development, Jeffrey Lewis explored the relationship between psychedelics and psychoanalysis, highlighting their case areas, three areas. One, ego dissolution and mystical states. Psychedelics can dissolve the ego and provoke mystical experience which are relevant to psychoanalysis. Two, hyper-associate state and unconscious material. They facilitate free association and the emergence of unconscious material essential in a psychoanalytic therapy. Three, the last important of context. The setting and intentions are crucial for the therapy effectives or psychedelics. This article connects the mind, brain, and psychedelic from perspective of neuropsychology and other disciplines. As conclusion, the use of psychedelics offer psychoanalysts new ways to understand the psychic and expand their theories. The psychoanalytic attitude provides an ideal environment for psychedelic therapy, and Gus anticipates that this experience will stimulate critical thinking and analytic theory in the future. Thank you.